Hello, 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 hello. So, let's continue this trek on our next episode, since we are basically at the end of this snowstorm spot, or whatever.
There, it's him!
Thank the Maker!
Thank the Maker.
We cannot simply ignore this. We must find a way.
And who put you in charge? We need a consensus so we have nothing.
Please, we must use reason. Without the infrastructure of the Inquisition, we're hollow.
I can't come from nowhere.
She didn't say it could.
Enough! This is getting us nowhere.
I love when Cassandra just is like, shut up.
They've been at it for hours.
They have that luxury thanks to you. The enemy could not follow, and with time to doubt, we turn to blame. Infighting may threaten as much as this Corypheus.
We can't let him find us.
If that thing is still out there, we need to move.
They are uncertain where, and there are other questions about you. Our leaders struggle because of what we survivors witnessed. We saw our defenders stand and fall, and now we have seen him return. The more the enemy is beyond us, the more miraculous your actions appear, and the more our trials seem ordained. That is hard to accept, no. What we have been called to endure, what we perhaps must come to believe.
We need more than faith.
Mother Giselle, I just don't see how what I believe matters. Lies or not, Corypheus is a real physical threat. You can't match that with hope alone.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, this is like, to me, the cringiest part of this game. And like, not necessarily in a bad way.
Shadows fall, and hope has fled. Still your heart, the dawn will come. The night is long, and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come. The shepherd lost, and his home is far. Keep to the stars, the dawn will come. The night is long, and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come. Bear your blade and raise it high. Stand your ground, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will An army needs more than an enemy. It needs a cause.
A word.
I like Mother Giselle on the most part.
A wise woman, worth heeding. Her kind understand the moments that unify a cause. Or fracture it. The orb Corypheus carried, the power he used against you, it is Elven. Corypheus used the orb to open the breach. Unlocking it must have caused the explosion that destroyed the Conclave. I do not yet know how Corypheus survived, nor am I certain how people will react when they learn of the orb's origin.
You're right to be worried. So brave of yourself. Now you're right to be worried.
This whole mess is confusing. I can see how elves might be an easy target.
History would agree, but there are steps we can take to prevent such a distraction.
And now, to the new place.
By attacking the Inquisition, Corypheus has changed it. Changed you. Scout to the north. Be their guide. There is a place that waits for a force to hold it. There is a place where the Inquisition can build, grow.
Skyhold. Perfect. Practically perfect in every way.
Scott.
Yes, yes. Fucking love Skyhold. Got an Inquisition perk.
They arrive daily from every settlement in the region. Skyhold is becoming a pilgrimage. If word has reached these people, it will have reached the Elder One. We have the walls and numbers to put up a fight here, but this threat is far beyond the war we anticipate. But we now know what allowed you to stand against Corypheus, what drew him to you.
He's insane. Who cares? He wanted the anchor. My effort for the Inquisition. He wanted the anchor.
He came for this, and now it's useless to him, so he wants me dead. That's it.
The anchor has power, but it's not why you're still standing here. Your decisions let us heal the sky. Your determination brought us out of Haven. You are the creature's rival because of what you did. And we know it. All of us. The Inquisition requires a leader. The one who has already been leading it.
Those low-res hairstyles are pissing me off.
You.
I'm honored, but I'm not human. I don't want this. But I'm not human.
I don't think I heard you right. You want a Qunari as your leader?
We want to make official what is already the case.
But our history...
I am aware of how this looks. Yet you are not your people. You are an individual. Perhaps that is part of your strength. Without you, there is no Inquisition. We all must accept that. But how you lead us, that is entirely up to you.
My face is clipping through my clothes. Always with the Qunari. Just too beefy for my clothes. A Qunari will stand for us all. I'll do it for my own power. I fight for order, not faith. I'll do it because it's right. Corypheus must be stopped.
Corypheus will never let me live in peace. He made that clear. He intends to be a god, to rule over us all. Corypheus must be stopped.
Wherever you lead us.
Have our people been told? They have. And soon, the world. Commander, will they follow?
Inquisition, will you follow? Will you fight? Will we triumph? Your leader, your herald, your Inquisitor!
Josephine's my biggest supporter, clearly. Jelly in my stomach.
So this is where it begins.
It began in the courtyard. This is where we turned that promise into action. But what do? We know nothing about this Corypheus except that he wanted your mark.
Just find me a target.
If you can't find him, then find his followers. We can go after them.
We do have one advantage. We know what Corypheus intends to do next. In that strange future you experienced, Empress Celine had been assassinated. Imagine the chaos her death would cause. With his army.
An army he'll bolster with a massive force of demons. So the future tells us.
Corypheus could conquer the entire south of Thedas, god or no god. I'd feel better if we knew more about what we were dealing with.
I know someone who can help with that. Everyone acting all inspirational jogged my memory, so I sent a message to an old friend. He's crossed paths with Corypheus before and may know more about what he's doing. He can help.
Introduce us.
I'm always looking for new allies. Introduce me.
Parading around might cause a fuss. It's better for you to meet privately on the battlements. Trust me, it's complicated.
Well, then, we stand ready to move on both of these concerns.
On your order, Inquisitor.
I know one thing. If Varric has brought who I think he has, Cassandra is going to kill him.
This is the
That's for sure.
A dusty old ruin filled with burnt-out soldiers.
Don't be fucking rude.
Look at this place.
I'm just gonna go to the battlements and do the barrack thing. And then we'll do the rest.
Majestic. How was a place like this ever lost?
Was there? I thought I saw an X for some reason. Never mind.
Inquisitor. Meet Hawke, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawke, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him after all.
I love Hawke.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first, but after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
I know how that feels. I don't dwell on it. I've seen the cost of losing.
You heard about Haven?
I have.
That's why we're here now, and why I have battlements instead of balconies.
May they serve you well.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
Did you see that
The
in the
Wardens have
background?
disappeared. They could have fallen under his control again.
Is it reversible? That's not good. Good F doesn't good it. Is it reversible?
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
This is bad for the Wardens.
If Corypheus has corrupted the Wardens, it may be too late to save him.
I understand. I'll do whatever's necessary to stop him. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it.
That dramatic women.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Hello, Cassandra. I would talk to you, but you're gonna lead me to a cutscene that I don't want to go into right now. But I will talk to Dorian, since we are romancing him.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
Sorry guys, it was too long. Hello, Dorian.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
I was enjoying the show.
I was distracted, that's all.
Distracted? By my wit and charm? I have plenty of them.
Perhaps.
Today, at least.
Oh, you wound me. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters. A Darkspawn.
Interesting. He could be lying.
We only know what Corypheus claims to be.
True. He might be a convincing liar, or delusional, or insane. But how many delusional maniacs are going to have that knowledge? He broke open the Fade. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
It's not destroyed yet.
Last I checked, the Blights hadn't actually destroyed the world.
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really do the job. No one will thank me whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
I don't need their things.
That's not why I'm doing this.
I knew there was something clever about you. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world.
Yes, Dorian, yes. Save it.
Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He
Oh, I wonder if Alexius is in this house.
stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was.
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Are you alright?
He was ill, thus on borrowed time anyhow.
It doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, I'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
I have to ask.
Were the two of you...
Felix and I? What an odd question. No, I had no intention of abusing Alexius's hospitality by seducing his son. Not that I've been proper my whole life by any means. It wasn't like that. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, you knew things could be better.
What about yourself?
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sword kicking around Thedas.
Oh. Dorian.
I could watch you roam Skyhold all day. Here and there you run checking in on your followers. Why don't they come to you? Feed you grapes, rub your shoulders. I suppose it's more fun this way. For me. You're rather strapping.
I could say the same of you.
I've noticed you're rather strapping yourself.
That only takes eyes.
Luckily, I have those.
You do. A rather fetching pair. At any rate, you didn't pass by to hear me fall. Something on your mind?
I should go.
You know I'll be.
Okay. I'd say that's really good enough. Is this long? It's not very long. The volley of General Not Sheraton 4. And so it was that victory was absolute, and cheers were raised for General Not Sheraton. And so, buoyed by respect and admiration, Not Sheraton stood proud and removed the mask to stain her true name. For had they not accepted her, had they not thrived by her leadership, had they not become comrades despite station and masks and nonsense of protocol? And the answer was swift and bewildering, for they had not, and swiftly she was bundled away amid calls of an impostor and spy, and other terms she did not know, for she still did not know or lay. I also want to start talking to Liliana so we can do the side mission that'll help us beat Samson later. It's too long, it's too long. This isn't too bad. Note found in Skyhold's rookery. Sadler. Baron Plucky. I do not care how many missions he's flown or how many lives his actions have saved. He is a holy terror. Nearly pecked out my eye last time I tried to attach a message to him. All the dramatic flapping and squawking caused the sister to come over. You should have seen her look when she snatched the letter from me. If I had a weaker constitution, it might have killed me the spot. I suppose she thought I was trying to murder her prized raven, and all she had to do was coo at him, and the Baron hopped onto her shoulder, all sweetness, and nestled into her neck. How does she do it? All the birds like her. Is it blood magic? It's blood magic, isn't it? Weaver.
Sister Leliana will want access to the birds.
It's too long.
Changes up here. Quickly.
It's too long, it's too long.
I'm sorry.
So
Inquisitor, I was not expecting a visit. You had little interest in speaking to me privately before. But as dear Josephine says, it's never too late to make a friend.
Ah, sorry, Liliana.
Right. Especially since we lost so many at Haven.
You noticed my exchange with the commander. The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
I blame Corypheus.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
You care for your men.
You look out for your people. That's a good thing.
Is it? My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our men are not disposable.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus?
We are better than Corypheus.
Who made Liliana think?
Reports of fate rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
I watched you die for me.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It was still
It
noble.
was still a sacrifice. And still noble.
And I would do it again.
Oh, I love her.
I'll leave you to your work.
Anyways, I wanted to start doing that because later on, she has a mission that will basically help with Samson. I'm not sure if. Oh,
There is something I wish to discuss.
okay, Mother
My
Giselle.
Lord Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions.
Oh, well, it's early for this mission. Bad news.
Nothing good, I expect.
If you have reservations about his presence here, I share. But this is another matter. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
We've never met.
Familiar? We've never met, if that's what you're suggesting.
I'm suggesting mercy. I'm only curious whether you know of his situation. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped.
I'm not gonna trick
If you
Dorian.
think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family,
I feared you might say that. The family will send our dinner to meet the young man at the Redcliffe Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
How long is it? It's not very long. Official looking letter. Your Reverence, I understand that you feel inadequate to the task of bringing Dorian to a secret meeting. Even in the asking, I find it difficult to believe myself, considering my son has rebuffed all contact. This is the only way I know him. He would be too proud to come if he knew, even just to talk. That is all we wish to do. The thought of Dorian in the south placing himself in the path of such danger alarms us more than I can express. If this somehow succeeds, we have a family retainer at the Vandrel Hills watching for Dorian's arrival. He will bring the boy to us somewhere private. If Dorian utterly refuses to go with him, it ends there, and there is nothing we can do. We are at our wits' end. Graciously yours, Magister Howard of House Bovis. Anyways, before we get interrupted, I don't really remember what I was saying, I'm not even gonna lie. About Samson. There is a mission that you can do through Liliana that will help defeat Samson, and I'm not sure how it triggers, so I want to make sure that we can do that, because it just makes it a little bit easier overall.
Something unique?
Your father sent a letter, of course I'm going to tell
Dorian,
my beloved
there's
Dorian.
a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
My father. I see. And what does Magister Hallward want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter.
Of course.
You know my son. My father knows of me. We'd barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
Why do you do that? It could be a Venatory plot. I won't let it.
That would be hard to do while I stood there.
He expects me to travel with Mother Giselle, although Maker knows why he'd think I would. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
What's the issue between you two?
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. We've never talked about my family before. They're not happy with my choices, you see. Or either is.
What choices? Leaving Tevinter?
That too.
Let's go.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed. We'll find out soon enough.
Yay, okay. So we have that going for us, so that's good. Let's see. Are the prisons open yet? Because before I judge Alexius, I want to talk to him in the prison, because I didn't know that you could do that. If you can. I'm not sure if you can. No, I can't yet. I have to probably do more table missions, which is fine. Just means I won't judge until afterward. I want to talk to him. I want to know if he says anything, because I didn't even know that you could. We're gonna go into the Undercroft real quick.
What do they make down here? What can I make?
Get some schematics. Barvolan. Oh, this one doesn't have all my saves in it. Do Frostback Basin. Oh. Dragon. Do Dragon. It's ugly though, for reals. It doesn't have any accessory slots, I don't think. Oh, it's so bad. Dorian. Yes, Dorian. Yes, Dorian. Modify weapons. I'll sell everything. It's 4 willpower. 4 willpower. I don't have any runes.
A nice, simple plan.
Wait, for real, I don't have any runes. I don't have any schematics for runes either. Weird. I'll sell all my stuff. Okay. Time to go back to the main hall. I will go to the war room table. Hey, my dragon royalty's up already. That's fine. Wait, do it. Is there a mission here? From the ashes with a new base of operation, the Inquisition is ready to make a name on the Speak with Josephine. I didn't know that this was a mission.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial.
Oh, it's where the
The
Imperial
sooner
Court
we
is.
deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the higher stakes and to the death. The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
Dangerously unstable.
Exactly what do you mean? How is it more dangerous than usual?
The Empress is in the middle of a civil war. Her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, seeks to take her throne by force. Leliana reports that a group of elves has been sabotaging both armies, drawing out the hostilities. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
That's where we need to be.
We need to attend this ball.
We don't have enough sway with the court to arrange an invitation. Perhaps a few more alliances.
Or soldiers.
We need a greater presence in Orlais. And soon.
Understood. Okie dokie. Oh gosh, 30 power. I only have 2. Guess we're gonna have to go to the hinterlands and try to finish more stuff. I think we have an Inquisition perk as well, don't we? Yeah, we totally do. We don't have anything good there. Or there. Or there. So, I guess we'll get into even tailoring.
If it was abandoned when we arrived, who named this place Skyhold?
Solus says it changed hands so many times the original builders can't be traced. I read the House of Armitage once built a fortress in the vicinity 5 ages ago, but the records are lost.
We've already read that one before. A request from Saul Asmal, my lady ambassador. Asmal extends its gratitude for your assistance with the Mage Templar foolishness. It is refreshing to deal with someone who offers more than empty promises. Please accept a token of our gratitude. We hope this newfound friendship will continue to benefit us both. We've got some influence awarded. The University of Orlais. To the leaders of the Inquisition, it was glorious. I tell you, Mother Evara stood in my office and apologized, actually apologized for any inconvenience I or my colleagues have suffered, considering the derision with which her ilk have treated us. Hearing her assurances that further rhetoric against the university would be heavily sanctioned was a pleasure. Regardless of whether or not it holds once a divine is elected, I offer the Inquisition my thanks, and have sent along a few items our professors thought it might be of interest. Signed, Chancellor Dragon Wallace, University of Orlando. We have a lot of things to do, including deep breath missions, reclaiming the Major Rebellion, gathering coin, which we're not going to do, Dorian's request, acquire the Arcanist. Doesn't take me time to do that. So, acquire the Arcanist. The Arcanist has been secured despite great cost and concern of more than a few traditional-minded mages. She awaits a meeting with the Inquisitor in the Underground. I was hoping that another one would be here, but it's not here. Okay, upon the waking sea, the Alamari ruins found in the mountain passages outside Haven have finally given him more of their secrets. Pointing to one of the larger islands off the northern coast of Ferelden, the island is quite large and covered in dense wilderness, so searching it will be an involved process. According to the runes, however, there should be some connection to the original disciples of Andraste and the Guardian of Sacred Ashes. So as soon as we know interest in the area, others will follow, so let's go in force and occupy the islands from Kalin. This requires stealth. A few skilled agents given enough time to quietly search the island. I know of a few adventurers trustworthy enough to send to the islands. Let them search and report back to us. I think Colin is probably the best for that one. I gotta do this one. I forgot about this one. Josephine's the only one open for it. I will send emissaries through the free march cities. I've always been independent, earning the support of most prosperous ones may be to our advantage.
Let us begin.
So that one's busy. So the search for the Hack Rider. Ruffles. First off, you play a mean hand of wicked grace. Second, the lead you dug up for me on finding this Balin Fourth guy in Kirkwall is starting to show some promise. I got my editor to look around for me. She's a coterie boss, so people tell her things whether they want to or not. She tracked down the poor sod carrying the manuscripts out of Kirkwall. This is where it gets weird. The courier is a magistrate, Lord Werner Cameron. The coterie won't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Maybe you could have a polite word with him for me. Signed, Eric. A magistrate courier. He has to be involved in something else. Let's find out what.
Let's see what we have.
Okay. So, we need to find the warden, so that's 8 power. And then we need to go to the western approach, which is also 8 power. So we need a total of 16 power. We only have 2. And then after that we need 30 more. That's a lot to do. Let's go just back to the hinterlands, I guess, and start getting some more power. As we can, of course. Okay, so let's go to the hinterlands, and we can go to the Golden Lantern with Dorian first. That should give us at least a little bit of power. Oh, Dorian, 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 Dorian. Let's get this figured out. dreams just be dreams. I want to check on this sister over here and see if we can identify her yet or not.
Make her watch over you.
Are you at Chantry's?
LA sister only. It is very busy.
Not yet. I thought maybe we could.
Of course.
But that's the country, so we need to go to the goal. With Dorian. Make it be with you. And hopefully we'll get some power for doing this. I don't know if we will or not. I can't remember if personal missions give power or not. It would make sense if they don't. But who knows?
Uh-oh. Nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
We're matching boyfriends. I love that.
The whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen.
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
Maybe I should go.
I should leave you to work this out.
Oh, no, you don't. I want a witness. I want someone to hear the truth.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
I mean, same bitch. That's what this is about.
So that's what all this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Powerful. It's good voice acting. Let's get you out of here.
I think it's time we left.
I agree.
Sorry, Dad. I usually let him finish speaking, but I don't know. I go back and forth on whether or not Dorian should forgive his father, because he does try, but I mean, if you try to change someone with blood magic, I feel like that's just a little bit too far, you know? Not everyone deserves a second chance, to me. But, you know, the empathetic mind that I have, I'm like, oh, he's trying to reach out.
He's a good man, my father. Deep down. He taught me principle is important. He cares for me in his way, but he won't ever change. I can't forgive him for what he did. I won't.
Are you alright?
Are you alright?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there, even if it didn't work out. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
Good things.
I don't think less of you. More, if possible.
The things you say.
I mean it.
My father never understood. Living a lie, It festers inside of you like poison. You have to fight for what's in your heart.
I agree.
Ah, so good. Now kiss.
I see you enjoy playing with fire, Inquisitor. At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day.
Relatable.
Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I have a mind. Oh, where did he go? There you are.
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Truthfully, I'm just gonna guess
I need to talk to you.
About how much you adore me, I assume. I hear that soft.
I came for a kiss.
I was hoping to steal a moment alone with you.
I need to talk to you, he says. Have it your way. Let's go where 100 onlookers won't think I'm stealing the Inquisitors.
In the bedroom. The make-out sesh. Alright. Wait, am I gonna be in the bedroom? Okay, no. I was like, please don't let me be in the bedroom.
I do love how you're always on the go. It's tiring to watch you.
Okay, we're gonna do one more and then we'll go back to the toilets.
I assume. I hear that soft.
Let's do something interesting.
More interesting than wandering the countryside killing random strangers. It'll have to be brandy, won't it? A little early, but that's never stopped me before.
No, they don't show it. Okay. Looks like I am leveled up a little bit, which is nice. Alright, let's get this one. Is anybody else leveled up? I don't care about Solis. Okay. Great. Okay. Is the... Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Okay. I got lost. Oh, we have the things yet. Ah, yes it does, okay.
It's looking good. Not good enough, but good.
Construction report. Death on the wall. One of our finishers, Garen, fell from the scaffold and landed on a paving stone. He had breath for an hour, but his eyes were still. He died. And the Chantry sisters wrapped him. What should we do? Foreman, Charisse. Have them commit his body with those we lost since Haven. I will record his sacrifice for the Inquisition. Move his fellow workers to another site and allow time off with pay if they request. Ensure that all workers do their jobs safely. We are in a war, not a race. Rushing does no good if we harm ourselves. We are all the Inquisition. Lady Montelier. Oh, that's so good. Love her. Love her. Okay. Let's go. See if we can visit what's his face. Oh, look at these. Oh, it looks good. This is too long. No, it's not the one. News from Thedas. Haven destroyed by darkest menace. Dire news from the Frostbacks. The Pilgrims' sanctuary of Haven, home to the new Inquisition, has been destroyed. Information is still vague, but some believe a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are now beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisition's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and the Inquisition leadership survived and have found refuge elsewhere. Cryo, Bellius, Belinus. Let's see if Alexius is down here. Because I knew this was here, but I don't ever, imprison my prisoners, so I feel like I had no reason to,
allies come enemies. Now we have a place to hold them.
come down here, but I guess now we do.
Your worship, the cells are ready for the enemies of the Inquisition. Good facilities in Skyhold. Whoever built this knew how to keep prisoners safe but secure. No one to watch over, your worship. We either have many friends, or you've made short work of enemies.
Oh, I guess he's not here. Oh. Prison structural evaluation. Harder job this. Structural fractures throughout. Major blocks shifted. It settled over an age or more. So I had the workers shore it up and call it stable. I don't recommend rebuilding. If we change the weight distribution, it might stress cracks we can't see. I've seen failures like this before in dams with the pressure of a flood behind them. What caused that in a prison this size? I don't want to know. That's interesting. But nothing. That's so weird. Oh god, I almost fell in. Because I'm about to judge Alexius. Maybe if I talk to Josephine. Wait, come down to look. I just want to talk to him.
How do you know they went to
Maybe I can only talk to him if I imprison him.
Lost 3 shipments. It's still...
I don't want to imprison him.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment. Where you will sit in judgment.
A grim responsibility. I kill enough people as it is. We'll execute people here. Grim responsibility.
Still more lives in my hands.
You are a beacon of law, Inquisitor, as others retreat from responsibility. But this needn't be bloody. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful.